Good day, spiritual seekers, from Celestial Medium. The concept of the end of civilization is not new. Indigenous cultures, ancient civilizations, and current scholars have emphasized that the world as we know it has collapsed and restarted many times, begging the question, are we headed toward another collapse? Today, we look to ancient wisdom and the prophecy of Hermes to help determine our own fate. The Perfect Sermon is one of the most profound and enigmatic texts of the 2,000-year-old Hermetic corpus, and is particularly notable for its prophetic vision of Egypt's spiritual decline and fall. This ancient text is ascribed to the Greek messenger god Hermes as a reincarnation of the Egyptian god of wisdom, Thoth. It relies heavily on ancient Egyptian or Hermetic philosophy. The work is a dialogue between Hermes and his student Asclepius. This text stands as a cornerstone of Hermetic philosophy, offering insights into the divine nature of the cosmos, the mysteries of the soul, and humanity's unique place within creation. This poignant prophecy serves not only as a lamentation, but also as a call to revere and cherish the divine cycles of evolution. In an age marked by rapid technological advancement, environmental degradation, and spiritual disconnection, the Hermetic warning feels more pertinent now than ever. Just as Hermes laments the loss of sacred traditions, we find ourselves grappling with questions about the sustainability of our values, our stewardship of the earth, and the erosion of meaningful connection to each other, to nature, and to the divine. After the reading, stay tuned for a further discussion of this brief and profound text. And now, without further delay, the reading of the prophecy of Hermes Trismegistus. Do you not know, Asclepius, that Egypt is an image of heaven? Or, to speak more exactly, in Egypt all the operations of the powers which rule and work in heaven are present in the earth below? In fact, it should rather be said that the whole cosmos dwells in this land as in its sanctuary. And yet, since it is fitting that wise men should have knowledge of all events before they come to pass, you must not be left in ignorance of this. I will tell you now. There will come a time when it will be seen that in vain have the Egyptians honored the Creator with heartfelt piety and service, and all our holy worship will be found fruitless and ineffectual. For the gods will return from earth to heaven, Egypt will be forsaken, and the land which was once the home of divinity will be left desolate, bereft of the presence of its deities. In that day will our most holy land, this land of shrines and temples, be filled with funerals and corpses. To thee, most holy Nile, I cry. To thee I foretell that which shall be, swollen with torrents of blood that wilt rise to the level of thy banks. And thy sacred waves will be not only stained, but utterly fouled with gore. Do you weep at this, Asclepius? There is worse to come. Egypt herself will have yet more to suffer. She will fall into a far more piteous plight and will be infected with yet more grievous plagues. The dead will far outnumber the living, and the survivors will be known for Egyptians by their tongue alone. But in their actions, they will seem to be men of another race. O Egypt, Egypt, of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale, which thine own children in time to come will not believe. Nothing will be left but graven words, and only the stones will tell of thy piety. And in that day, men will be weary of life, and they will cease to think the universe worthy of reverent wonder and of worship. And so, the connection to the Creator, the greatest of all blessings. For there is nothing, nor has been, nor ever shall be, that can be deemed a greater treasure, will be threatened with destruction. Men will think it a burden and will come to scorn it. They will no longer love this world around us, this incomparable work of God, this glorious structure which He has built, this sum of good made up of things of many diverse forms. This instrument whereby the will of God operates in that which he has made, ungrudgingly favoring man's welfare. This combination and accumulation of all the manifold things that can call forth the veneration, praise, and love of the beholder. Darkness will be preferred to light, and death will be thought more profitable than life. No one will raise his eyes to the heavens. The pious will be deemed insane, and the impious wise. The madman will be thought a brave man, and the wicked will be esteemed as good. As to the soul, and the belief that it is immortal by nature, or may hope to attain to immortality, as I have taught you, all this they will mock at, and will even persuade themselves that it is false. No word of reverence or piety, no utterance worthy of heaven and of the gods of heaven will be heard or believed. And so the gods will depart from mankind. A most grievous thing. And only evil angels will remain, who will mingle with men, and drive the poor wretches by main force into all manner of reckless crime, into wars and robberies and frauds, and all things hostile to the nature of the soul. Then will the earth tremble, and the sea will bear no ships. Heaven will not support the stars in their orbits, nor will the stars pursue their constant course in heaven. All voices of the gods will of necessity be silenced. The fruits of the earth will rot, the soil will turn barren, and the very air will sicken in sullen stagnation. All things will be disordered and awry. All good will disappear. But when all this has befallen Asclepius, then the All-Father and Creator, the first before all, the Maker who first came into being, will look on that which has come to pass, and will stay the disorder by the counterworking of his will, which is the good. He will call back to the right path those who have gone astray. He will cleanse the world from evil, washing it away with water floods, burning it out with fiercest fire, or again expelling it by war and pestilence. And thus he will bring back his world to its former aspect, so that the cosmos will once more be deemed worthy of worship and wondering reverence. And God, the maker and restorer of the mighty fabric, will be adored by the men of that day with unceasing songs of praise and blessing. Such is the new birth of the cosmos. It is a making again of all things good, a holy and awe-striking restoration of all nature. And it is wrought in the process of time by the eternal will of the Creator. For the Creator has no beginning. It is ever the same. And as it now is, even so it has ever been, without beginning. That concludes our reading of the prophecy of Hermes. Hermes foresees a time when Egypt, once the cradle of divine wisdom and sacred traditions, will fall into spiritual desolation. The temples will be abandoned, the gods forgotten, and the sacred land will lose its connection to the divine. This prophecy transcends its historical context. It speaks to the cyclical nature of spiritual decline and renewal, reminding us of the fragility of sacred knowledge, and warning us about the effects of humanity becoming disconnected from its inner truth. However, Hermes' prophecy offers hope amidst the despair, emphasizing the eternal nature of divine truth and the possibility of spiritual renewal through inner wisdom. This invites its readers to contemplate the temporary nature of worldly institutions and religions, and the enduring power of spiritual knowledge. Religion was designed by man. However, the divine essence of you is a gift from the Creator. We are at a critical decision point, my friends. We must see the divine through the illusions of this material world. Remember to preserve the sacred flame within. Even as external circumstances change, recognize the divine potential inherent in all creation. In the heart of Hermes' prophecy lies a call to preserve the divine spark within. It challenges us to look beyond material distractions and rediscover the inner sanctum where wisdom and the divine reside. By fostering self-awareness, reconnecting with the sacred, and living in harmony with the cosmos, we can counteract the spiritual decline described by Hermes. Today, this ancient text invites us to reclaim our role as co-creators of a world infused with meaning and beauty. It reminds us that even in times of darkness, renewal is possible, and the wisdom of the ancients can guide us toward a more enlightened and harmonious existence. In doing so, the prophecy of Hermes Trismegistus becomes not just a relic of the past, but a timeless compass for navigating the challenges of the modern world. Thank you for watching, Spiritual Seekers. I'd like to thank Archangel Uriel and Hermes for showing me the way to and through my Hermetic studies, and so much more. Until next time, go forth onward and upward toward the love and light of the Creator. Namaste.